What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Blake Gambino, and I'm back with another video. And today's topic, as you can see by the thumbnail and by the title, we're going to be talking about race today. Specifically, the first time I ever got called a nigga to my face by a white person. So this story is kind of funny. This happened, I want to say, back in like 5 years ago. So it was 2015, 6 years ago, 2014, 2015, I can't remember. My buddy Brian, he called me up one night. He was like, "What's up, bro?" So I'm like, "What's up, nigga?" And he was like, "Man, you want to go to his party?" He was like, "It's on campus." And for those you guys who don't know, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, born and raised here. So he was like, "There's a party on campus talking about U of L's campus." So I'm like, "Yeah, bet." So at the time, I didn't have a ride. So he was like, "Man, my white boy Steve's about to come pick us up." And I didn't know his homie Steve at the time. So I was like, "Okay, it's your homie. I'll ride with him. I don't care." So we ended up going to this party in Old Louisville. And for those of you who don't know what Old Louisville is, a big part of Old Louisville is on U of L's campus. A lot of college students live there. It's like big-ass old houses that they've transformed into apartments or whatsoever. So we pull up to this big-ass old house, and I'm like, damn, like I can hear the music jumping and everything. So I walk in, and it's like a mix of people. It's more white people, of course. But, it's a mixture of people. It's Indians, whites, blacks, few Hispanics. So, I started moving my way around the party. I'm talking to people, we get to playing beer pong and shit. So my homie, Brian, he starts drinking. So he's like, "Hey, bro, hit the bottle. So I'm like, "Nah, bro." I was like, "I might drink the next hour." I was like, "I'm focused on playing beer pong right now." So he's like, "All right, cool." So his white boy, Steve, he keeps trying to hand me the bottle. So he's like, "Dude, hit the bottle, bro. Hit the bottle." I'm like, "Bro, chill your ass out. I will drink when I want to." He's like, "Oh, my bad. So after about 30 minutes to an hour of us playing beer pong, I see this bad-ass Indian chick. Like, the bitch is fine. Sorry, babe. If you're watching this is when I was single. But anyway, this Indian chick was gorgeous, dog. And she just kept looking at me the entire night while we was at the party. So, Brian and his homie Steve, white boy Steve, they was picking up on it. So these niggas is drunk. They're like, "Dude, hit the bottle and go fucking holler at her." So I'm like, "I bet. I ain't no bitch." So I take probably about 2.5, 3 shots, something like that. So Steve, white boy Steve, keeps pressing me. He was like, "Bro, are you gonna go fucking talk to her or not, bro?" So I'm like, "Nigga, I ain't no bitch." So I walk up on her, and she was sitting like on the arm of a recliner or some shit. I don't know. I was a little tipsy, but I was fully aware of what I was doing. So I'm like, "Hey." She was like, "Hey." So I'm like, "What's your name?" So she tells me her name. I don't remember what the bitch's name was. I'm like, "I'm Blake." She's like, "Oh my God, nice to meet you." Woo. I was like, "You're very attractive." So she's like, "Oh my God, thank you. You're handsome too." I was like, "You mind if I call you sometime?" So she was like, "I mean, I would, but..." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, I could tell she was tipsy, but I was like, "Huh?" She was like, "I would, but..." So I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So come to find out, mind you, I told you she was sitting on the arm of a love seat. It was a white dude sitting in the actual chair. So he looks at me. He's like, "Dude, what the fuck you just say?" So I'm like, "Oh, my bad, bro." I'm like, "Is this your girl?" So he's like, "Yeah, it's my fucking girl." He was like, "You got a problem?" So mind you, I know how very territorial men can be with their women. So I was like, "My bad, bro." I was like, she was looking at me. I was like, she gave me some conversation. So I was like, whatever issue y'all two got, you can take that shit up with her. Ain't got shit to do with me. So he stands up. And just by the way he was dressed and shit, he looked like he was a super, fratty white boy, checker shirt, Old Navy, fucking slacks and, Spurs. The typical white frat boy look. So he has this big ass bottle. He has a fifth of Ciroc in his hand. So he's walking up on me. So I'm like, "Bro, you drunk. Leave me the fuck alone." So he cocks the motherfucking bottle back like he's about to hit me. So my homie Brian, he's behind him. He snatches the bottle out of his hand. So by this point, I guess since the nigga didn't have a weapon no more, he is livid. Like, "What the fuck, motherfucker? Stupid motherfucker. Bitch, whoop. And anybody who knows me, I do not play a bitch word by any means. Like, if we cool or something like that, yeah, but I don't know you from a can of paint. So, nigga, plus you calling me a bitch in a disrespectful way, I pushes his ass. So when I pushed him, he fell over like a little love seat or something, and the nigga hit like a bookshelf, and the whole bookshelf just fell on this nigga like boom, folded the nigga like a piece of paper. So when all the books and shit start falling on him, I guess his pride as a man was hurt. So the motherfucker got back up, walked back up to me again. And even though I didn't like this bitch ass white boy, he still, he had a little courage in him. You know, he had a little courage in him. So he walks back up on me. You fucking nigger. So I'm like,
bitch ass white boy.
I've probably been called nigger before, like maybe online or something from like a troll account or some shit like that. But this was the first time in life a white person had ever called me nigger. Well, actually, he put ER on it. So like, I don't know. When you put the ER on that shit, it just psychologically, it just makes me, it just does something to me. But anyway, I look at Brian. Brian looks at me. I steals the nigga. Bop, bam, falls back over the love seat. So we jump over the love seat. I start whooping his ass. When I say, a lot of niggas be capping about their fights and shit, like, yeah, man, I whooped this nigga for 10 minutes. Nigga, you capping. But I beat this white boy's ass. How many? 3 minutes is what? 180 seconds? I beat this white boy's ass for 3 minutes, aka 180 seconds. When I say I was whooping his ass, left, right, bam, 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 bam. I literally gave the nigga a 90-piece and probably a 10-piece biscuit. No cap. So while I'm whooping his ass, literally in the back of my subconscious mind, I'm like, who the fuck, like, where's his homies at? Where's his friends? Because I can hear a motherfucker like, oh my God, get off him. Oh my God. I'm like, nah, bitch, I ain't getting off him. You shouldn't have let him call me nigga. So, you know, I'm about to get up off of him. So I kind of stand up. I raise up off of him. I'm still stealing him. Bing, bing. A little head bounce on the floor. Like, So I'm like, damn, I'm whooping this white boy's ass. So out of nowhere, I feel a fucking thrust in my ribs. Boom! This big ass nigga spears me, a black dude. So I'm looking up on top of, he's over top of me by now. So that's my fucking friend, bro. So in the back of my mind, I'm like,
oh, Lord have mercy, another coon.
You really defending this racist ass white boy after calling me nigga? So this nigga was about 300 pounds. I don't know if he played on the football team or some shit like that. So I'm like, bro, where the fuck is Breon at? So my nigga Breon to the rescue. Steals the nigga. Bam! So the nigga falls off. Nigga had dreads. Breon drags him. We get up. We start whooping his ass. So we start whooping the nigga's ass. And I'm like, damn, where white boy Steve at? White boy Steve, who had enrolled with us, he hops on the white boy and puts him in some weird ass UFC move. Move. So Brian had told me before he had picked us up, he was like, hey, bro. He was like, my white boy Steve, bro. He was like, this nigga's a cage fighter. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm going to leave him alone then. But yeah, so Steve starts whooping the white boy's ass while we whooping the nigga's ass. So somehow after all this commotion's over, we make it outside. So I'm outside. I'm hot. So by this time, I'm more angrier at the nigga for spearing me and hopping on top of me and trying to finish white boy. So I'm like, bro, where the car at? I'm about to go get Roscoe. So if you niggas know what Roscoe is, you know what Roscoe is. I ain't gonna say it on camera. Pow! 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 So I'm like, bro, I'm about to go get Roscoe. So Brian's like, nah, bro. I'm like, no, fuck that nigga in there. I was like, this nigga had the audacity to defend this racist ass white boy over someone of his own race. And I'm Pan-African, so I'm like super pro-black. And I think this shit was in February, and that's Black History Month. So I'm like, you not just gonna call me a nigga and get away with it. Especially on Black History Month. So I go to the car. Roscoe's not in there. So I'm like, fuck, I'm a little drunk now. I left Roscoe at home. So I walk back up to the party. This white boy comes out stumbling again. He calls me nigger again. Why did he do it? Bam! Falls straight back into the grass. So Brian picks him up. So by this point, Brian has like his hands behind his back and his knees is in the ground. And it's all muddy and shit because it had rained earlier that day. I gave the nigga another 60 piece. Bing, 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 bing. So by this time, somebody, some roommate of the house or some shit, they came outside. They was like, bro, get off him. The cops have been called. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, ain't too many niggas at this party. So I'm like, we're going to be the prime suspects. So me and Brian, we take off running through the alley. So we go through the chute. So we get to running after about 30 seconds. And this nigga was like, bro, we gotta go back. I'm like, bro, what, you drop your phone or something? He's like, nah, I dropped my headphones. So I'm like, damn, bro. So in my mind, at the time, it's like 2014, 2015, I thought he had dropped his Dre beats. So I'm like, damn, bro, them bitches like 300. So let's go back. So we go back. We looking in the grass and shit for him. So we see police coming up the street. So I'm like, bro, we gotta shake. So he was like, bro, I gotta find these headphones. I'm like, are they red or black? He's like, nah, they white. So I'm like, they white? He was like, yeah. I was like, yo, Dre Beats. He's like, nah, my Apple headphones. I was like, bitch, these bitches is $30. I will buy you a whole new pair. So we took off running again. But come to find out, man, I never found out this white boy's name, but we fucked up his face. Like, the people from the party who lived at that apartment or whatnot, they was like, man, yeah, dude came back the next day. He had bruises all over his shit. He had a fracture in his face. He had a busted blood vessel in his eye. All types of shit. And I think dude was really trying to sue us. So, you know, I don't give a fuck. That shit was years ago now. If a nigga see this video, fuck him. But yeah, that was the first time I ever got called a nigga. And the last since then. And if I ever get called a nigga again, I will probably do the same motherfucking thing. Because I'm tired of black people. I see black people online and shit like, oh my God, words can hurt me. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. They trigger something in me. They can't hurt me, but you going to learn today. Call me a nigga and see what I do to you. But yeah, YouTube, I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. I just wanted to get this first video pushed out. I'm about to have a lot of new content coming soon. This is, like I said, this is my first like new video, so excuse if the lighting and shit's fucked up. I just want to get everything situated and whatnot. But like I said, I'm going to be coming with a lot more videos in the next couple weeks. Just hit that subscribe button and like, and I appreciate all the views and watches. 1.